Hello everyone, and welcome to some Duelist.gg gameplay. I said that for a couple of months I'll just try making, a video a week for some Duelist.gg decks, going through, playing some nostalgic old decks and having a good little time. This sort of tide us over until Duelist 2 comes out or does another beta, and, I think it's nice. Enough time has passed since I last played patch 1.96, that I'm happy to jam a few more games to see what happens. So of course, the first thing I built when I signed up for Duelist.gg was my old stalwart Wanderer. It would have been Keep of Arth, but that was trash by the end. It stopped working. And the nerf to Sunsteel never, didn't help. So Wanderer it is. Worth noting that Mithron Wanderer is nerfed in this version. It is 3-4 now, up to a 4-5 with its ability. So it's a bit less of a tempo play, especially when you flash it. So I think it's quite a good change. It nerfs the card and the strategy without killing the deck completely. I built this list from memory and, just scrolling through the collection. Most of the cards are in Duelist.gg now. It has, I think, 84% of the original cards, with some changes, as you can see. Because not all of the sound is fully functional in Duelist.gg yet, I figured I would pipe in the wonderful Duelist 2 soundtrack by Archaeologist. You can find it on archaeologist.bandcamp.com. Lovely stuff. So this is a pretty standard Wanderer list. Very little funny business. I won't go through every single card because A, you might well remember it if you were playing at the time, and B, it would take a long time. But for those unfamiliar, Mithron Wanderer is a trial that requires you to have no duplicate cards in your deck. And what that means is that if you meet the condition, it starts in your opening hand and you can play it. Its effect is active. When you do play it, your minions permanently have +1/+1 for the rest of the game. Doesn't sound like too much, but you can combine it with anything from, making your small, crappy 2-drops bigger to buffing up Ragnora's eggs. We're playing Ragnora as the general for this. Ragnora summons eggs, normally 0/1s, vulnerable to pings. 1/2 with Wanderer's buff. When they hatch, they turn into 3/1 with Celerity, which is 4/2 with Celerity, with the buff, which again, pretty strong, and you can buff them up further with, pump spells and things that allow you to burst down your opponent or make big trades. And in general, the deck wants to play like a mid-range deck. We have lots of random cards that answer specific plays from the opponent. We have AoE and Dispel and minions that remove other minions on opening gambit. Just trying to fight for the board and stay ahead by playing big bodies that kill our opponent's things. And then over time, we'll win either through resource exhaustion, because we have all these big creatures with value opening gambits, or we're going to keep making Ripper eggs until they kill our opponent for us. Contrary to popular belief, the deck does have plenty of weaknesses. Anything that is very fast or requires specific answers punishes Wanderer, because, it's a singleton deck. It only has one copy of each card. If you need specifically Blistering Scorn to answer a play, well, you gotta hope you draw it. If you need specifically Plasma Storm, you gotta hope you draw it. And, it's less likely to Mercantile Warbeast somebody on curve than a normal Magma deck is, which can, to an extent, play to its advantage, because it's harder to play around everything that a Wanderer deck has, but it also means that once you've seen a card, it's gone. And you can sort of remove it from your planning henceforth. So let's hop in. We'll play a couple of ladder matches, see how we get. I don't know how long the queue times are on. Wait, this is Gauntlet? Amazing. I don't know how long the queue times are on Duelist.gg right now. I don't know how many people are playing. I gotta say, I was very impressed by the queue times in the Duelist 2 Alpha. Everyone was really keen. Literally, it was like 2 seconds for a queue. It was amazing. Here, I expect we'll have to wait a little longer because, there aren't too many people on here. So for those unaware, Duelist.gg is made by a player called Helgen. It's a single-person project. I think they support it with a Patreon. Here we go. against Starhorn. Someone who's quite a lot higher MMR than my novice account. Starhorn is usually a bad matchup for Wanderer because they can make you draw extra cards. This hand looks pretty good though. Let's replace this. I think we'll just play Celebrant on turn 1. I guess I can replace the Ragebinder. I do kind of want to find a Flash Reincarnation if I can. Maybe I should keep the Primus Fist as a way to double spell. Yeah, let's do that. I'll replace the Scorn as well, just digging for like cheap stuff. Get rid of the CMP. Healing Mystic, nice, nice. Right, do I want a Celebrant? I think I want a Celebrant. No trial on their side. Let's say hi. So our opponent was very gracious to us earlier. If I play Celebrant with a mana tile here, am I likely to have it taken away from me? Can they play 3 minions on turn 1? Probably not. I guess they could play like a Saberspine Tiger or something. But I don't want to be too passive. I will play it here. It's slightly risky, but I think it's fine. Oh, Flash, perfect. So we can play Wanderer and Blood Tier Alchemist next turn if they don't mess with us, which is awesome. Obviously, if they have... Oh, wait, Saberspine costs 4 now. They also have a Celebrant. Okay. So what's the plan? I kind of want to get super aggressive here. Ether Master. That's cool. I like that they played that because we can kill it with Blood Tier Alchemist, so I get to feel better about myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over here, take this mana tile. Up to 4, move into the center. Attack that. Blood Tier on the mana tile. Doing this. Sorry, I'm not used to the UI. So that clears the space as well, which means we can play our Wanderer down. Right, that lets me do some replacing as well. Let's get rid of some... Oh, they conceded. Oh, I feel bad. Well, that was that, I guess. Game 2. This person's like, man, I'm holding out, playing Duelist. You know, at this point, we've been playing the same patch for like, you know, however many years. I just want to explore, try some weird stuff, mess around. Oh, a person flashes Wanderer on turn 2. What is this guy doing? Oh well, sorry opponent. I do apologize. Maybe I'm not a good culture fit anymore. I should be playing memes. We'll see. I genuinely don't know what sort of stuff people are playing. Like, if there are people still, you know, looking for good games with tournament decks, or whether people are just messing around and exploring, you know, the depths of the card pool. Right. Do I want to keep Crater early? Maybe. No trial. It's probably aggro. It could be control. Arcanists, maybe. If it's Arcanists, I want Eggmorph. We want this either way. I feel like as a Herald on turn 1 is kind of bad. Crater Lava Lance at least kills a 2-3, so I guess we can do that. Something good? Ooh, something very good. That's delightful. Rageminder on 1. Man, it's been so long that I've like really forgotten what a lot of the decks were, especially. Oh, interesting. I guess a bad hand. Right, let's replace this Crater. I guess I'll just Ragebinder in the center. I could move up here to contest a mana tile, but they can just take it from me, so I don't think that benefits me much. And if I play it sort of here, I could play it there. And it's very hard for them to deny me both tiles. So I get a mana tile regardless. But it doesn't really matter, like I don't have anything to do with it. So I'll just play a Ragebinder centrally. That incentivizes my opponent to take one of the side tiles, which gives me the center of the board, which is quite valuable in terms of positioning. It's also very difficult for them to get rid of this right now. Like, I guess they could Well, I can't cryogenesis because I don't have a mana tile. They could chromatic cold blood tear. I think I'm pretty happy with that possibility. Could be a bit spooky if they play one of the sentinels here. I can't really kill it. And I don't remember what most of them do. That would be hard. I think my opponent is doing nothing. Are they AFK? No, they're not AFK. Here we go. Hailstone Prison, alright. That does kill it. Interesting. Wouldn't mind keeping this for next turn just to get a... Like, it just deals 3 damage to something and leaves me with an egg. Kind of. I can replace this, maybe. Oh, that's a good draw. Okay. So, I think I'll play... Celebrant here. With a mana tile behind me. Come forward. Slap down a Silithar. So I've positioned around Warbird. They can't get to this with their general. So they need to play 2 creatures to take it, which they may or may not have. I'm slightly protected against another Hailstone Prison. And I have lots of access to mana next turn, so I can pretty reliably play Mithril Wanderer. I might even be able to do Wanderer plus Lava Lance, which is good. Kind of want to keep double spelling to stay ahead if I can. My hand is kind of medium. If they give me enough mana tiles, I can even... I can get to 7, play Wanderer, 8, Bloodborne Spell, and Lava Lance for the 4 damage. That would be kind of sick. I think at this point we need to, like... So, I was quite bad at remembering to play around Warbird 3 years ago. And I am out of practice. So I'm probably going to get horrifically blown out at some point. Alrighty. Luminous Charge. Alright, this is what we're doing. So they've taken that mana tile, but they can't take the other one. 2 damage to all nearby enemies. Okay. Well, I can clear them a bit. Like, I guess I can ignore most of them, right? I think we just hop over here, back here, play Wanderer. They Warbirded me, so the Silithar should be safe, I think. I'm going to kill this. Do I attack face? I don't think I attack face. It is Vanar. This, I remember Luminous Charge as being quite good against Wanderer. It's a bit difficult to deal with. I do have EMP and Lightbender in my deck, so if I find one of those, I can unexpectedly remove a bunch of walls. This might be like a Ghost Seraphim deck, or Winter's Wake. So I will want to get rid of these at some point, but it'll be... Seraphim plus Reflection is 9 mana now, right? Because Seraphim got nerfed. Yes. And in the meantime, I can just hit them in the face. Like, Wanderer wants to attack here. Primus Fist and trade this in. We've got damage with Inceptor. I guess I'll replace the Eropsisaur. I do like Eropsisaur, but it doesn't have as much utility as the rest of these. Like, if they play a minion, I'll probably want Primus Fist just to trade in. I kind of want to hold on to this in case, you know, if they drop a Seraphim or an Albeast or even like their own... No, they won't play EMP, will they? I don't know what. Something. I feel like holding on to some kind of hard removal is probably a good idea. Even like Aspect of the Mountains. Gravity Well, alright. Lots of Gravity Well. Down to 4 cards in hand. That is annoying. If I can draw Blistering Scorn here, that would be the dream. Okay, that's maybe the worst top deck I've had in a hot minute. I don't really have much to do, but BBS plus Inceptor does clear up 2 of them, which is actually quite good. So let's bring this down. We want to play around Warbird. I'll attack this one. You can attack this one. This one. This one. BBS here. Inceptor. Hatch this. Attack this, attack this. So I've blocked my opponent in. I mean, they can still play stuff because they've got these walls, but we're sort of getting there. It's a bit of a weird game because my opponent's playing cards that I'm able to kill for free, and I am building up a board. Like, we have the same number of cards in it, but I have 5 extra creatures in play, and they have 5 0/1s, but I don't know, I feel like they're building up to some sort of combo that I'm going to struggle to disrupt. Like, if they have 2 turns to hit Winter's Wake, right? Winter's Wake costs 8. And that might just win the game. It depends. I mean, they've only got 1 set of Provoke Walls left, so I can attack them for a lot now. How much damage is this? If I draw a pump spell for this, that's 12, 16, 17, 18. I can free this, 19, 20, 21, 22. I could, in theory, use my removal spells on these. That would be 24 damage. One off. But that involves top decking the pump spell. Oh, actually, I would have lethal, because if I draw exactly Greater Fortitude, I have Natural Selection, Lava Lance, and Primus Fist for, I think, lethal. Glacial Fissure on themselves. That is quite scary. But now they're on 15, so they just die, right? Let me see. 8, 9, 10. Can I move in such a way that... No, I just play my removal spells on the minions there, and they just die, right? Really paranoid they've messed this up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, they're dead. So we used the Natural Selection on the wall, which I was, you know, I complained about so much. But actually, we kill our opponent. Oof. That was sketchy. I'm guessing they were gonna fissure us again the following turn. I guess that was their plan. But they can't move out the way, so I don't know. I guess it forces a draw. What a strange game. Let's go for another one. Given that first one was a little brief. I gotta say, I do enjoy playing Wanderer. Like, I know a lot of people found it to be a bit of a bugbear. I do respect that. Like, it's never nice to run into decks that have oppressive levels of card quality. Like, and the games against Wanderer that go really well for the Wanderer player, like, you just, oh, really, they drew the Scorn? Oh, really, they drew that? Like, you know, I definitely respect that that can be, you know, the deck has its feel-bads, fully. But I've always loved Singleton decks. I think Singleton decks are super cool. I fell in love with them when Hearthstone first introduced Reno Jackson, and kind of haven't looked back. Like, I love playing the Highlander tournaments that we had before Wanderer came out. Okay, Heal Lionar is quite a bad matchup if I remember correctly. We want Plasma Storm. Plasma Storm is the big haymaker here. This hand sucks. I just mulligan hard for... Oh, I can only mulligan 2 cards, right? I forgot the rules. Really sad. Right, we don't want this. Maybe we do. These two are kind of the same thing. Yeah, probably still better than Jax. Warbeast is good. I'll cut Kron. Oh, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right, bit awkward playing Blood Tier on turn 1. Oh, I should have skipped the trigger, actually, because they can heal themselves for value. That was a misplay. Actually, maybe you can't even skip triggers in Duelist.gg, I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? I am personally of the opinion that having A, singleton deck, and B, a mid-range deck as the kind of premier deck of the format made for some quite healthy gameplay. I genuinely think that that's good. I think I just flash Wanderer on the Mana tile and pass, right? Wrong again, huh? I guess I could go in the middle, play Wanderer here. I'm gonna get Immoed though, if I do that, right? Like, they'll attack Wanderer with the Silver Guard, Immo it, and then move down and punch my... I guess I can body block. No, wait, that doesn't make any difference. Right, I think... There's like no reason not to do this. Unless I want to get cute and flash my counter instead, but that also seems very bad. And I don't think I benefit from putting it up here. Alright, it's already on 3 HP. Of course it is. So they can't heal yet. They can punch this, come down, punch this. Then I can kill the Silver Guard next turn. Or if I walk up and hit it, then it'll be dead straight away, and that frees up my general to go up there. I think I go for it. It at least forces them to commit a heal, maybe before they've got enough mana to play like a Sunriser or something. Or Sunforged Lancer. Like, it sort of pressures their cards a little bit. And next time we have Inceptor plus Propagate Rage here. It's kind of okay. Like, I'm behind on tempo still, in that they can just trade on the board easily and then play something else. If I can make it to the Mana tile, I can play Kron or Latigris as kind of a way of bringing that back. Otherwise, I'm kind of a bit stuffed because I only have this Lava Lance. I can replace this and maybe find a 2-drop in that case. So I can go 2-drop Egg Lava Lance on their 2-4 or whatever. And hopefully that gives me the board. And then, you know, it's a case of Tigris into Mercantor for big hits. Lots of possibilities. But my opponent could... Oh! That I really wasn't expecting. Holy moly. Alright. That's cool. I feel like they didn't need to do that when they could just do it with, like... They could have just played... They could have just, like, attacked on board for that. Right, so now I can either... egg on the tile, Wild Inceptor, kill the Silver Guard Knight with the egg. Force my opponent to walk back in order to hit it. And then I have a 4-4. Well, actually, I can even body block and protect the egg. And body block the healing tile. Or I can do something else that, on reflection, is nowhere near as good. Right. Oh, you can't do that anymore? Oh, wow, that's quite a big change, huh? Well, I think I'm priced into making this play... Oh, no, I'm not. I've messed up. This has gone horribly wrong. Let's just do this. Well, that's an interesting nerf to Ragnora. That's clever. So, I don't know if you saw that, but the you can no longer play eggs diagonally from your general. So I should have moved up, basically. But I couldn't. Okay, well they're doing nothing this turn, so that's good. So I can just mechanical them to death. Feels good. Rebuke is not normally useful against what's her face? Zeran. Progenitor, not bad either. Actually, this might be a good Latigris turn. Save the mana tile. Play Tigris. Try move here and put Tigris like there. Or here. Here is good, right? Put Tigris here, and then the... Oh wait, I actually want to be able... Oh no, that's fine. Tigris down here. I want to kill this as a Herald. I guess I can move up. Am I overthinking this? Definitely, but let's do it anyway. No, that doesn't work either. Just do this regardless. Give me the cub. Alright, it worked. We're fine. Cool. 3/7 Tigris, that is pretty baller. They probably can't kill that, right? They probably don't play Martyrdom. They might have EMP or something. But that doesn't come down in front of the turn. So whatever they do this turn is pretty pressured by it. This is interesting. Gosh, it's really been so long since I did a lot of the positioning maths. I mean, I did, you know, I played some Duelist or GG, but I played some Duelist too, but I don't think it was quite as complicated as this, you know. A lot of that was just very, very aggressive. They are hitting me, but I guess Heal Zeran's going to do that. This feels like an amazing Progenitor turn. I know they're playing Tempest, but like, there's no better time, you know? Yeah, that's pretty good. Omniseer also kind of good, because I can use it to delete the tile here. Or I can just Warbeast them. I really like this Progenitor, although all the eggs are going to be on this side of the board, aren't they? So actually it's not that good. I can replace that. Okay, that's good to have. Might need it. Don't actually need the mana tile yet, do I? So I think I'll just pop over here, slap down a Warbeast. Warbeast hits everything. Attack face. Attack face. Guess I'm taking the mana tile anyway. That's awkward actually. Let's move Tigris out of the way then. Attack face. EBS. Attack face. Did I do that right? Yeah, good. Okay. Well, that was some damage, wasn't it? I have played perfectly into Holy Immolation though. I did mean to attack with this cub. Draining Wave. Alright, they're just conceding. Cool. Oh, that was a tense one. This is hard. I can squeeze in one more. I'm having a good time with this. That was interesting. I will say the drawing Flash Reincarnation twice in 3 games feels pretty good. Don't get that every day. Have people been playing this much? I know for a lot of folks, like the kind of rudimentary UI is a deal breaker, and I will say it is quite a lot harder for me to like fathom how things are going and what's happening. Brome, not Trial though, so probably like Zeal aggro. Could be Titan. I might want to sandbag this Rust Crawler, but probably not. Crater is okay, Dancing Blades is okay, Eropsisaur is better than Crater early on, I suspect. We can cut both of these. Looking for a 4-drop optimally. Crypto is pretty good actually. Janitor. Janitor's fine. I don't know if I want it on turn 2, but it's fine. Right, do I want to hang on to this Rustcrawler? What are the odds of them playing? Like, do they have Titan or Holy Immolation in their deck, basically? I think I'll replace it. It's going to be a few turns, and against Titan, it's not even that relevant because it only hits one of the 3 artifacts. So we need EMP, really, for anti-Titan purposes. Oh, where were you last time? Damn. Surge Forger, that's what you're doing, okay. How do I kill that? I mean, I think the answer is I don't, but let's find out. That's pretty good. That'll pressure it. I mean, I'm guessing they can do a lot of stuff. What I do like here, though, is being able to put a high pressure minion in the middle. And then... Oh wait, this Cryptographer doesn't do anything. I get my BBS next turn anyway. I'll still play it. Like, getting the tempo is quite important against Lionar in general, but especially what this person seems to be doing. It's like a super swarm strategy. Okay, this is good. So it's an undo button for a big Surge Forger. Hopefully they can't make too many minions this turn. This being a 5/5 would be very sad. Another friendly. War Adjudicator. Okay, I mean that's pretty decent. They do kill off their Surge Forger if they don't want to trade. Okay. Well, I guess I'll go and kill this anyway. Nearby friendly minions can't be targeted by spells. So I can target this. But I can only reach it with one of my minions. So that is a bit awkward. We have the 5 mana. Latigris might be good here, actually. Let's replace the Progenitor. Dialtas is mediocre. I guess Dialtas plus BBS isn't awful, right? Like, it seems kind of fine. We definitely kill this. And I can just, like, move forward. Put this in the way. Block this space. Do I BBS now, or do I save the mana tile? I think I'll save the mana tile, because I can Warbeast next turn, or Wanderer. Well, that's a good draw as well. And this is good, because it's hard for them to use the BBS on me. They can't move here and do it. They can't move here and do it. I guess they can't. They can attack this. Someone in front, someone... Oh, it's better. They buffed it. Summon a conscript adjacent to your journal. If someone in front, summon a crestfallen instead. I have no idea what those do, but I'm guessing the conscripts have provoke and the crestfallen doesn't. Oh, sorry, other way around. Crestfallen has provoke. Let's just play on this lovely soundtrack again. There's the trade. That's fine by me. Them not attacking this is great as well. Oropsis all getting to punch face another day. What is this? Windcliff Alarmist. Because when it dies, this dies, right? Whenever a friendly Windcliff Alarmist dies, transform this minion into... Oh, I'm loving all these card changes. Well played on Helgen's part. They're going to get wrecked by... Actually, are they? So I can attack this. Oh, and I get... Okay, no, I get to make a sick play here. So let's bring this forward. We're down here, right? Play Wanderer. Attack this, which will transform that into a 2/2. The Dialtas token now has 1 power, so it can kill the War Adjudicator. I can come down and punch this to death. Kind of tempted to hold on to all these cards. I guess Tigris can be replaced. Amazing. Oh, I could have attacked. I forgot that it wouldn't be a 4/2 anymore. I should have attacked face. Playing into a Holy Immolation here. Actually, if they have the ability to put a 1/1 or whatever next to them for 1 mana, that's really strong. Like, always having a 1-drop for ammo. It's actually a huge buff. This is looking pretty promising, though. Same number of cards in hand in both cases, but I have 5 additional minions in play. including some that are reasonably large. And I have a War Beast for next turn, which will probably lock up the game. Oh, never mind. That was enough. Never even got to see what the new Rome BBS did. Ah, well. I guess I am kind of being the fun police. Oh, respect for playing War Judicator, though. I really wanted that card to be good. And it wasn't particularly exciting, but at least at the high level. So it's really cool to see it getting some play. Same with Surge Forger, like that card is sweet. And probably good against Wanderer, like generally speaking. We don't have... Like I have Lava Lance and Natural Selection as possible outs there, but that's it, Oh, and what's it even called? The 3/3 that can deal Fizzling Mystic. It can deal 2 to something or heal 2 to something. So I have a few ways of killing it, but compared to normal decks that have lots of removal at the low end of the curve, play that against Songhai is going to die every single time. Not so much against Magmar, so against Wanderer. So yeah, pretty cool. Right, I think that wraps things up. Pretty speedy 4-0 there, but I guess that's not a huge surprise given I'm playing, the old top deck of the format. And I'm quite low on the ladder. Oh, shout out to Poncho Mango near the top. Love to see it. Yeah, I'll be back hopefully with another video probably next week around the same sort of time. And I will see you then. Thanks everyone. Have a good one.